In episode 6, we looked at how humans started thinking about spirituality and morality, giving rise to religion and philosophy. With that foundation set, the stage was now ready for the first great civilizations to emerge. We are talking about the Greeks and the Romans, who would change the course of human history forever. Welcome to Turning Points of History, the series that takes you back to the very beginning and shows you what really happened before there were any countries in the world. Before there were any continents or borders, there were only city-states, and the biggest among them were the Greek city-states. Now, Greece wasn't a unified country, but a collection of independent communities scattered across mainland Greece. On thousands of islands and along the Mediterranean coast, some of these city-states, or Peleis as they called them, included Athens, Sparta, Thebes, and Corinth. They shared common traits such as a love of knowledge, the arts, and physical fitness, but each had its own unique way of life. Athens was a bustling hub of trade and culture. Its most famous export was olive oil, which it used in everything from cooking to cosmetics. But their real claim to fame is democracy. Around 508 BCE, the Athenians introduced a system of government in which citizens voted on laws and elected leaders. This was the world's first democracy. All adult male citizens could participate. They could propose laws, debate issues, and vote directly. Of course, women, slaves, and foreigners couldn't vote, but this was still a big deal. Leaders like Pericles guided Athens to become a beacon of freedom and democracy, inspiring other civilizations for centuries to come. Meanwhile, Sparta was all about discipline and strength. The Spartans believed that everyone should be strong, brave, and self-reliant. Boys left home at age 7 to live with other young men and learn survival skills. They were trained to be obedient, disciplined, and loyal to Sparta. The Agoge system of education was so intense that Spartan boys were considered too tough for the rest of the world, but it did help them win many wars. For example, in 668 BCE, Sparta led a group of allies to defeat the invading army of the Persians. This victory marked a turning point in ancient history. Greece had proven that a united front could beat a superpower. Athens and Sparta were the two superpowers of ancient Greece. These rival powers competed in everything from trade to athletics. This competition inspired innovation and excellence. The cultural achievements of Athens and the military prowess of Sparta left a lasting impact on the Greek world. Sparta created a system of alliances called the Peloponnesian League, while Athens formed the Delian League. Both alliances aimed to protect the Greek world from outside threats. However, growing tensions between the two leagues led to the Peloponnesian War, a long and brutal conflict that drained both sides and ultimately weakened Greece. This paved the way for another rising power to take center stage. The Macedonians, led by King Philip II and his son Alexander the Great, the Macedonians united Greece and launched a massive invasion of the Persian Empire. After defeating the Persians, Alexander spread Greek culture throughout his vast empire, from Egypt to India. His conquests are known as the Hellenistic Age, a time when Greek influence spread far beyond its city-states. The Greeks weren't just warriors and politicians, they were also brilliant thinkers. Greek philosophers like Plato, Aristotle, and Socrates questioned the nature of reality, ethics, and knowledge. They developed logical and rational ways of thinking that helped pave the way for modern science and philosophy. Greek mathematicians explored geometry and the concept of zero. Astronomers mapped the stars and developed sophisticated calendars. Historians recorded past events and learned to separate fact from fiction. Greek poetry and drama flourished with epic poems like Homer's Iliad and tragedies by playwrights like Aeschylus and Sophocles. Greek mythology, with gods like Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, gave humanity a framework for understanding the world. The Greeks also invented the Olympic Games as a way to promote peace and friendly competition among city-states. Now let's cross the Adriatic Sea and head to Italy, where a small village named Rome would soon become one of the greatest empires in history. Rome started as a small village of about 1,000 people in central Italy, around 1000 BCE, but over the next few centuries, it grew into a major city. By 27 BCE, under the rule of Augustus, Rome had expanded to include territories from Spain to Egypt. This marked the beginning of the Roman Empire, one of the largest empires in ancient history. The Roman Republic, which preceded the empire, established systems of law and government that influenced the entire Mediterranean world. The Romans created a representative democracy with elected officials and a complex legal system. They also developed a military system that allowed them to conquer and maintain control over vast territories. Roman legions were well disciplined and highly effective in battle. They used advanced tactics and technology to defeat their enemies. Under the rule of emperors like Augustus, Trajan, and Hadrian, Rome reached its greatest territorial extent. The Pax Romana, or Roman peace, was a period of stability and prosperity throughout the empire. Roman culture spread to conquered peoples through trade, conquest, and diplomacy. Latin, the language of the Romans, became the lingua franca of the empire, helping to foster unity among diverse populations. Roman law and administration played a significant role in shaping the Western world. Roman jurists developed a sophisticated legal system that emphasized justice and fairness. Roman administrators kept the vast empire running smoothly by building infrastructure and collecting taxes. Roads, aqueducts, public buildings and monuments are enduring symbols of Roman power and achievement. Infrastructure projects like Roman roads facilitated trade and communication throughout the empire. Aqueducts brought fresh water into cities, supporting sanitation and public health. But like all empires, Rome's power didn't last forever. Internal strife, economic problems and pressure from outside invaders eventually led to the decline and fall of the Western Roman Empire in 476 CE. Despite its flaws, Rome's contributions to Western civilization are monumental. Roman innovations in law, engineering, language and literature had a profound impact on the development of European culture. Roman ideas about citizenship, rights and representation continue to shape our concepts of democracy and government. Roman architecture and engineering marvels like the Colosseum and aqueducts stand as testaments to their technological prowess. Alright, here are some interesting facts about Athens and Rome. Athens' democracy began around 508 BCE and is considered the world's first. At its height, Rome ruled over 50 million people across 3 continents. That's about the same population as China today. Roman roads stretched more than 400,000 kilometers, allowing for easier trade and communication. What can we learn from Greece and Rome? Well, for starters, they show us the importance of balance. The Greeks understood the value of freedom and democracy, but they also knew that discipline and order were needed to keep society functioning. The Romans took this lesson to heart, creating a system of laws and institutions that helped maintain their vast empire for centuries. They also showed us the power of culture and knowledge. Greek philosophy and Roman law have had an enduring impact on Western civilization. Even though Greece and Rome eventually fell, their contributions to science, art and literature continue to inspire and influence us today. In the end, both Athens and Rome teach us that no matter how powerful you are, nothing lasts forever. But the lessons we learn from these ancient civilizations can help us navigate the challenges of our own time. The world of the Greeks and Romans may seem like a distant part of history, but it's essential to understand their achievements because they shaped the course of human civilization. Their innovations, ideas, and institutions continue to influence our world today. From the foundations of Western democracy to the development of Roman law and the spread of Greek culture, the legacy of these ancient civilizations is all around us. As we look to the future, it's important to remember the lessons from the past. The rise and fall of the Greeks and Romans remind us of the importance of balance, the power of culture, and the need for constant vigilance. By understanding their stories, we can better navigate the complexities of our own world and work towards a brighter future. Now, in the next episode of Turning Points of History, we will explore the rise of great world religions like Christianity and Islam, and how they transformed history forever. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. And if you want even more fascinating historical tales, check out the series in the description below. Thanks for watching.